In this video, we will discuss about the neutrophil crosstalks. So, what are the before going into the topic? Let us understand what is this neutrophil. So, neutrophils are the first point responder of the immune response whenever a host experiences some kind of acute inflammation or any harmful substance is been recognized by the immune system. The first thing that uh, the first responder that attacks on those harmful substance or on acute inflammation are the neutrophils. So in this video we will discuss how these neutrophils interacts with the other immune systems or how they activates the other part of the immune response. We will start with the top left portion, that is how interacts crosstalks of neutrophils with the platelets. How it will interacts or how it will leads to the increase in the amount of platelets is through the production of these cytokines, that is S100A9, and the interactions between this PSGL1 and CD14L will leads to the will leads to the will leads to the triggering of these platelets to release other chemokines such as MV chemokines, and that leads to the NET formation, and this NET formation helps in the coagulation. It has a reverse impact, that is this NET formation helps in the coagulation of these platelets. So in other terms we can say the coagulations is initiated by the neutrophils through the interaction of PSGL1 or CD14L. The CD14L is not only the receptors, there are other receptors also such as P-selectins, alpha beta 2, ICAM2 and CD14. So interaction of these receptors ligand will lead to the chemokines formation such as MV, that leads to the NAT formation, and this NAT again reverse act and helps in this coagulation formation of the platelets. So this is the brief interactions of the neutrophil and platelets. And when it comes to the B cells, it helps the B cells in the differentiation by releasing the cytokines such as BAFF, and that will interact with the BCMA. That leads to the differentiation of B cells into the plasma cells, where it will release the antibodies against the against the acute inflammation or against the foreign antibodies against the foreign particles that are being recognized by neutrophils as harmful. And the next thing is the next uh, interaction we talk about is about the neutrophils and the naive T cells interactions. So neutrophils in this case act as antigen presenting cells that will provides the antigen of the harmful foreign particles with the help of major histocompatibility complex to the naive T cells, and that helps in the differentiation of these naive T cells into the activated T cells. And simultaneously it also helps in suppressing the these neutrophils also helps in suppressing the T cells formation whenever the amount of harmful substance across the neutrophils are in a low amount. So in this way the neutrophils keep a check on T cells formation. And lastly, that it will interact with the monocytes, and in order to recruit the monocytes it will release this kind of cytokines such as the GCSF. Sorry, I want to correct myself. In order to recruit the monocytes, it will release the cytokines such as this HPN1, A01, CTSG1, LL37, and the monocytes, as we have discussed in our previous videos, it can differentiate either into M1 phase or M2 phase. In the M1 phase, it will act as an anti-tumorigenic part, and whereas in the case of M2 macrophage phenotype, it will act as a pro-tumorigenic, helps in the proliferation and the immune evasion of the tumor cells. So in order to differentiate into the M1 phase, the S100A9, L37 and azurecidine and electrophorephins cytokines helps in the differentiation of monocytes to M1 macrophage, and these monocytes to M2 macrophage phenotypes can be formed in the presence of cytokines. This LL37 MVs are the common. This annexin 1, that is ANX1, is different from the cytokines that are involved in M1 phase. In M2 macrophage phenotypes, the annexin 1 is the different phenotype, and in the case of M1 macrophage, it's the this azurecidine is the different phenotype. And these monocytes also can recruit neutrophils through these GCSF cytokines. So in this case, it can monocytes can take care of the neutrophils amounts at the site of acute inflammations or the infection by the foreign antibody particles. So this is how some of the crosstalks of the neutrophils with the other immune parts are been discussed in this figure. If you need to understand in detail how this neutrophil crosstalks works, you can go through the reference that has been provided in the description. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.